and Instagram. I'm Kelly, one of the coaches at Zenny Me. How's everyone doing? Yep. Let's just check in for a moment. Take a breath. Where are you at in your body? Where's the tension? Where's the ease? How are you feeling about the work that you're doing right now in the world? Because I feel compelled to just have a little heart to heart and talk about what's been going on in the mental health community. I was talking with my partner last night, who is also a bookkeeper and does a lot of bookkeeping for therapists. And we were talking about how busy so many of you are, how overwhelmed you are with the call volume, the demand for services, and the needs that you have out there. And I think in our profession, we've often been groomed and taught that when we are asked to do something, if there is a need, we meet that need. There is a culture in our mental health training that we do everything we can, which is interesting because we teach our clients so much about boundaries and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with rising to serve. I think it's something we did quite beautifully when the pandemic first started, of converting our practices to virtual and things like that. But at some point, it's not sustainable to keep the pace that a lot of you have been keeping. And I don't know if you're feeling it. Maybe you're not. I'd love to hear. So go ahead and post in the comments. And I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all at the same time. But I don't know if you're feeling it, the pressure, the pacing of how long is this going to go? And I think I find therapists in a couple camps of like, there's this need, I have no one else to refer to, I must do this. And then they're just focused on the present. And then there's other therapists who are thinking about, how am I going to do this in the long run? Sure, I could build this into something big, but how is my energy going to last? I really feel what sets Zenny Me apart is our emphasis on making business decisions from the lens of clinical outcomes, of looking at a successful practice as a practice that provides great clinical outcomes for the clients and a great income and that sustains a good life for the clinician. If you don't have those two components, you're going to burn out. So how do you do that, right? How do you sustain yourself through this kind of pace? Well, I have a suspicion that if you are really slammed, you're slammed with things that you shouldn't be. For example, if your phone is ringing a lot, that doesn't mean you're successful, right? It just means you're busy. And we want the phone calls to be the people that are the right fit, that are ready, that kind of know what you charge, and they're prepared, right? And Miranda and I really love to teach how your marketing is your first step into informed consent. So if you're getting a high call volume, but you're only, converting a few, or you have no more room, but the call volume is still going, then there's something that we could tweak in your marketing. But where it all starts is not in your marketing plan. Your marketing is founded on your outcomes and having a conversation with your clients about the clinical outcomes. Some of you do SRS and ORS and things like that and track clinical outcomes in this way. But next week we have our masterclass where we want to teach you how to have a clinical consultation. We will give you the script on this that you can use. And this information will be used in your marketing, but also one of the most powerful things and side effects of this conversation is not just that you get information from marketing, but it does shift the clinician's mentality about the work often. So you see me like clicking things, sorry. So a lot of you are tired. And I don't know, you can raise your hand if you've ever felt like, am I even doing a good job? It's a unique work, right? No one sits in session with us. No one sees what we're doing. How do you know it's working? And how do you know that you're effective? And the only way to find out is to lean in and ask and have some conversations with your clients about the outcomes. But we have specific questions that we are finding are really pivotal for that therapeutic relationship and to combat imposter syndrome, fatigue, and burnout in a private practice. And that, I think, is crucial before you start your marketing plan, before you figure out what you do and don't want to do in your business. And even if you're so slammed and you're like, Kelly, I have no time to do a marketing plan. Okay. But maybe if we had some of these outcome conversations, we could tweak some things that already exist out there. Maybe have a website, or maybe people know what you do. And you could change the messaging in such a way that actually frees up time. And it actually is of service to our clients. How many of you out there have tried to find your own therapist? What was that like? Put yourself in the shoes of other people. It's not easy, especially when people all start to look the same and processes aren't consistent and everyone's doing different stuff. And in our bootcamp motto, it's I don't compete, I stand out. And one of the ways that you can stand out is getting really clear on the outcomes that you facilitate in your therapeutic work with clients. I don't know why I was never taught to ask, to really dig in with my clients about our relationship and is this working? And, going into kind of what we teach now in Zynnyme, why wasn't I taught that? Why was I taught to avoid that almost of like, it's just them, you don't make it about you. Instead, when you talk about that relationship, it can be healing for the client. It can be healing for you. What a corrective experience for our clients and for us too as clinicians. We can grow from that. I really want to teach you how to do this kind of work, how to get clinical outcomes, not only for your continued clinical growth, but also so that it can inform how you do your entire practice, because your practice is in service of those clinical outcomes. How you decide to do your initial phone consult, how you decide to do your discharge, how you decide to do your check-ins, your frequency, your caseload size. It goes on and on and on. But we have to start with understanding what sets us apart, where we are good, and where we still have room for improvement. Before you go buy another certification, know what is good and working. Do you need another certification, or do you need to understand who you are as a clinician first? We'd love to have you join the masterclass, even if you can't attend live. I know it's 4 days and we're doing giveaways and tons of cool stuff. But this first day, this script is pivotal. It will change your life. Thousands of other therapists have gone through this, and the feedback has been the same time and time again. I didn't know the impact I was making. I didn't know that this session was meaningful. I didn't know that I had had this misattunement with a client. If there's anything you do before you go change something in your business, find out what kind of clinician you are and what kind of outcomes happen in your practice before anything else. It's critical. I'm telling you. And you might need a boost, or you might need a realization, a recognition of where you are. And I guarantee you that this masterclass will show you that. We'd love to have you. Click the link in the bio or down below, depending on where you're at right now watching this. And if you know somebody else that could use encouragement, that is dealing with burnout or imposter syndrome, or is so busy because their phones won't stop ringing and they're busy handling all these people that are not their clients, this is something they need. This is something they need. It starts next week. Click the link. We'll see you there. Ooh, and it's CE eligible. When else can you work on your business and get CEs? Nowhere else. Share this. Comment below. How are you doing? So that we can support you.